The morning sun rose over the small Yoruba village, casting long shadows on the red earth road. Tunde, a 12-year-old boy with determination in his eyes, tightened his shoeless feet in the dust. He was walking miles to a bigger town, chasing help for his sick father, Adisa, who lay coughing on a thin mat back home. "You must find Dr. Ayo," Adisa had said, his voice barely above a whisper. Tunde's thoughts were interrupted by the sound of bicycle wheels screeching to a stop next to him. It was his uncle, Sola, who lived nearby. "Ah, Tunde, why are you wandering so far so early?" he asked, wiping sweat off his brow. "I'm going to the clinic to find Dr. Ayo for Baba," Tunde replied, trying to hide the worry in his voice. "Baba is too sick to move." Sola nodded slowly, but there was something off in his eyes, like a cloud passing. "I heard Dr. Ayo left town," Sola murmured. Tunde's heart sank. "Left? But why? When?" he pressed, panic rising. Sola glanced around, as if checking if anyone was listening. "I hear some people say he got tired of the way things were run around here." "What do you mean?" Tunde asked, confusion clouding his young mind. Sola looked away, rubbing his chin. "Corruption, secrets. You know how it goes in this place," he said quietly. Tunde felt a chill run through him. "I have to find him," Tunde insisted. "Baba cannot wait." Sola sighed deeply and put a hand on Tunde's shoulder. "Maybe try asking Madame Bisi at the market. She seems to know everyone's business." Tunde nodded, his resolve strengthened. "Thank you, uncle," he said, then continued his journey, feet dragging through the dust, but heart pounding with urgency. As Tunde reached the bustling market, the vibrant colors and smells that usually comforted him felt overwhelming. He weaved through the stalls, ignoring the cries of vendors. When he found Madame Bisi, she was arranging vegetables. "E caro, Madame Bisi," Tunde greeted breathlessly. She looked up, surprised to see him. "Tunde kini onesenibi?" she asked, packing some tomatoes into a basket. "Please, ma, do you know where Dr. Ayo is?" Tunde asked, desperation creeping into his voice. Madame Bisi raised an eyebrow, then leaned in closer. "Ah, I heard he went to Ori Ilu, a town not far, but been hiding from some troublemakers." Gulping, Tunde processed this. His father needed Dr. Ayo. Without another word, he thanked Madame Bisi and ran back through the market maze, avoiding questioning eyes. Barely out of breath, Tunde reached the edge of the market when he collided with another body, his cousin Yemi, 2 years older and full of himself. "Hey, watch it!" Yemi scowled, brushing dust off his football jersey. "I'm sorry, Tunde started, but Yemi cut him off. "I heard you asking about Dr. Ayo, Omo Kekere," Yemi said with a teasing grin. "Do you even know why he left? People like him don't get to stay when the village chiefs want otherwise." Tunde's blood ran cold. "What do you mean?" he demanded, voice rising. "Common sense," Yemi taunted. "Ask yourself, who benefits when the best doctor is chased away?" Tunde clenched his fists. "This is not a game, Yemi. Baba is very sick," he said. Yemi's smile faltered, surprise flickering in his eyes. "If you need him, why not talk to Chief Bola?" Yemi suggested, a flicker of seriousness in his voice for once. "He knows everything." Tunde nodded, the anger in his heart growing. He set off towards Chief Bola's compound without another word, leaving Yemi at the market. As he approached the wide gates, however, Tunde hesitated. The chief's compound was imposing, with menacing guards at the entrance. Tunde's heart thumped loudly, but he pushed forward. If Chief Bola had something to do with Dr. Ayo's disappearance, Tunde was determined to find out. As he was about to step up, the gates swung open and a luxurious car edged out, blocking his way and stopping right in front of him. The driver stepped out, wearing dark sunglasses, with an expressionless face. From the back seat emerged none other than Chief Bola himself. "Ah, Tunde," the chief said, his smile as smooth as it was unsettling. "What brings you here today?" Tunde, swallowing his fear, met Chief Bola's eyes. "I need Dr. Ayo for my father," he said, voice trembling despite himself. "Do you know where he is?" Chief Bola's smile didn't falter, but something in his eyes turned calculating. "Dr. Ayo? Such a pity he is no longer with us. His work was important." The words felt wrong, like an unpleasant aftertaste, and a chill ran down Tunde's spine. Why did Chief Bola not seem concerned about his father's condition? But surely someone else can help, Chief Bola added smoothly, his voice like honey. I'll see if any others can visit your father soon. You should head home, child. His smile held no warmth, pushing Tunde's hope further away. As he stepped back, Tunde felt an unexpected twist of frustration. No truth, no doctor, just empty promises. He walked away from the compound as the sun dipped lower, his mind swirling with doubts. Rounding the corner of the compound, Tunde ran into someone unexpected. An older woman wrapped in a woven shawl, her eyes kind but serious. "Tunde," she said softly, her voice cutting through the noise in his head. "Perhaps you should stop chasing shadows and start looking for real help." Tunde squinted, recognizing her as Mama Taupe, the village seamstress. "What do you mean?" She leaned closer, whispering as if afraid of being overheard. "If you can't find what you seek in others, sometimes you must create it yourself." Her words, cryptic and unsettling, planted a seed in Tunde's mind. He walked away, her words echoing within him. As he reached the familiar dusty road once again, determination set his heart ablaze. If he wanted to save his father, he had to do something soon, something drastic. Empowered, yet unsure of his next step, Tunde knew the end of one journey was merely the beginning of another. Tunde's mind raced, Mama Taupe's cryptic words echoing. He needed action, not riddles. Yemi's taunt clung to his thoughts like dust to damp skin. Ask yourself, who benefits when the best doctor is chased away? As the sun dipped behind the trees, threatening to eclipse his resolve, he decided he would confront Chief Bola once more. He would beg, plead if he must, pray even, to force the truth from him. He reached the road leading to Chief Bola's compound again. The guards at the gate shifted in their positions, eyes following his every move. Tunde steadied himself. Before he could step forward, Chief Bola's voice, unexpectedly close, stopped him in his tracks. "Back so soon?" the chief drawled, stepping around from a hidden corner. Tunde's heart pounded. "I won't leave until you tell me why Dr. Ao left." Tunde's voice trembled but held firm. "Your audacity is impressive, little one." Chief Bola's words dripped with condescension. "But what's done is done." Tunde's desperation bubbled into frustration. "Baba is dying," he shouted, his voice echoing. The guard shifted uncomfortably. The rawness of his words hung in the air, cutting deeper than intended. Chief Bola looked at him, his expression unreadable. He stepped closer, lowering his voice so only Tunde could hear. "The world doesn't move for one man's size," he said simply, before turning away. "It should," Tunde whispered to himself, tears brimming. He watched the chief walk away, feeling helpless. He trudged toward the market, not realizing where his feet carried him until the lively sounds reached his ears. It was quieter now, evening enveloping the stalls, the vendors packing up. He moved to the shade of a large tree, the world around him a blur. "Ayin Olaroon," he cried out, staring at the unyielding sky. His sobs were the only answer. Heartsick, he had nothing left but a brotherly conversation with the god of his mother's lullabies. As Tunde picked himself off the ground, an idea began to form in his mind. A desperate, foolish idea. He remembered a tale of faith amidst adversity, a story his mother used to tell. A tale his father sometimes scoffed at but never dared refute. The iron bird tale. He needed an iron bird, a bike, to get to Ori Ilu himself. Across the road, a forgotten old bicycle leaned against a tree. In his heart, a voice whispered not of caution, but of courage. Taking a deep breath, Tunde walked toward the bike, his heart pounding in his chest, his conscience pleading with every step. He knew this was wrong. And yet, was it truly wrong to save a life, knowing God saw all hearts? Just as his hand brushed the bike's rusted handle, Adisa's voice, weak yet resonant, echoed in his mind. "We wait on God's justice, not our own, my son." Tunde froze, struck by the realization of what he was about to do. He turned around, eyes wide, searching for aid even as shadows deepened. He felt lost, crumbling in the inner clash between impending action and innate morality. It was then he noticed Pastor Aid standing by the market's edge, eyes softened by age's wisdom. "Your heart is loud, Tunde," the pastor said, approaching with gentle steps. Tunde stared at the pastor, words sticking to his throat. "Baba is sick, and Dr. Ao—" Tunde trailed off, shoulders slumping under the weight of his burden. Pastor Ade placed a guiding hand on the boy's shoulder. "Stay with what is right, even when the world is against you," he counseled. "Do you believe only human hands can heal?" "But what should I do?" Tunde asked, his voice cracked and weary. "Pray, my son," Pastor Ade replied simply. "God's path is not always seen, but never doubt it exists." Tunde sank to his knees, eyes closed, allowing words he didn't even know he harbored to spill forth. "Olorun, mofe itoju. God, I need help," he whispered in earnest desperation, wishing upon words a power he'd yet to recognize fully. Moments passed, marked only by the sound of wind and leaves. As he lifted his head, Tunde spotted Sola, his uncle, approaching with hurried strides. There was something different in his eyes. Resolve, perhaps, or renewed understanding. "I went to call Dr. Ayo," Sola declared, breathing heavily as if running from his own shadows. He refused to be deterred by certain powers. His voice brimmed with shame, with the weight of unseen pressures now lifted. Tunde stumbled to his feet, hope filling his heart. "You mean," he stammered, unable to finish the thought. "Dr. Ayo is on his way," Sola confirmed, his voice steady, healing the fracture between them. Tunde embraced his uncle, tears of relief mingling with the dust on his cheeks. Faith had seized the impossible. What revenge could not? Minutes felt like eternity, but soon enough, Dr. Ayo's small vehicle drew near. The village doctor emerged, carrying his medical bag with purposeful strides, his eyes meeting Tunde's. "Young Tunde," he said, kneeling to the boy's height. "Your faith kept me from forgetting my duty. Let us go to your father." Together they set off towards Tunde's home. Walking beside Pastor Ade, who spoke softly of the strength and surrender, Tunde's heart pulsed with newfound peace. "I learned something today," Tunde breathed as they walked. "Revenge sought to pull me apart, but God showed me a different path, a way that binds instead of breaking." At home, Dr. Ayo delved into his work. Amidst the silent vigil of family and Pastor Ade's prayerful murmur, Tunde sat by Adisa's side, holding on to hope, faith's newfound companion. "Faith is not faith until it is tested and still stands," Pastor Ade said quietly, guiding Tunde's gaze to where a Bible rested prominently upon the modest shelf. As the faintest sign of dawn touched the sky, Adisa stirred slightly, a small smile gracing his parched lips. Tunde whispered gratitude, feeling the whisper of something greater cradling his heart. In the coming days, Tunde knew they were not immune to life's trials, but armed with faith, he embraced the scars as reminders that only God restores the soul.
Thank you so much for listening to this intriguing story. I hope it touched you or taught you something. For more stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. And guys, if you'd like to see a part 2, or you have thoughts on what happened, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next story.